Hello everyone, and welcome back to Solasta Crown of the Magister. Last time, we made it into this, I don't know, throne room of sorts, and had a rather large fight with rather mean foes. But we dispatched them, leveled up, and now it's time to... well, we have enough XP to level up. We haven't quite leveled up yet. But now it is time to loot and rest and see what is going on up on this thing. But it says click here to light this light, but I don't trust that just yet. Let's pick up what we can find off the ground. We've got cash, we've got bolts and poisons. I don't think we need to get loads of commoner's clothing, do we? If I can find the right button. Value 5 silver pieces. Easy skip. I assume this is that same piece of clothing. It is. How about back up the stairs? We killed a bunch of them up here. There we go. Especially interested in that one over there because that was the boss's stuff. We've got cash, we've got horns, we have a scroll of revivify. Always nice to receive those after a big fight, even if we did manage to beat the last fight without having to use one. And here we have a dagger, scroll of fog cloud, and a scroll of blindness, which should be very useful. Now, there was a chest back up here. Let's check that out. Please have faith, be cautious, and see if there might be any kind of traps or anything to worry about. If this is like full of potions they were going to give us for the fight. Primed chain shirt. Doom gem. This gem has very sharp facets and its mineral composition makes it very hard to stop the bleeding once it cuts skin. It is possible to use it to craft magical weapons. That's really cool. Crafting scroll of mage armor. And 75 GP. Oh, I need to address two things. Number one, thank you for those who have told me that I need scroll making kits to transcribe scrolls into the spellbook or some such. I need something else in order to do that. And also, last time we did the fight with Kite having this +1 greatsword, which is wonderful for doing damage. However, we did take the defensive, we did take the defending character trait. It's not under feats. I can't remember where it would be, but we have the thing as a paladin that lets us defend if we're wearing a shield. So we are going to go back to sword and board so that we can spend our reaction defending our allies, because we missed out on that during that last fight, and as much as a great big sword is wonderful, I think looking after our own is quite important when we took that fighting style from the get-go. Interesting rock over here. I don't know if we're going to have to leave this chamber up here or go back the way we came, but I do want to deal with that giant light thing down the bottom at some point. More of these strange globes. And this looks like it was just somewhere that we could have used to ambush creatures, perhaps. But does not seem to be anything of major value up here. Can't see anything further along this side either, apart from the vastness of space, apparently. So let's hop on down as safely as can be, please. I'm going to jump to our deaths, I'm sure. Oh no, we're going to climb down rocks because we're sensible races. I was going to say sensible human beings, but there's only one fighter, but only one human. You know what I mean. It's very hot in Britain at the moment. Fancy crown.
Would you look at this?
Treasure.
A crown of some kind?
They seem to keep their distance from it.
Maybe it's cursed.
Look what I found.
Let me take a look. It looks like ancient Timarian. If you find it, send for... Oh, this appears to be a name.
Is this the language of those bloody lizards?
They were protecting it. It must be of great value to them.
Everybody wants to take the crown. Maybe we're all kind of greedy and egotistical. The wizard can take it. He might need to identify something about it.
Right. Yes, I understand.
Who are you talking to? Wait, what are you doing?
Are you crazy?
It's the crown of the Magister.
We have no idea what it does, whether it's evil or anything.
Wait, What? I kind of just had to.
We're supposed to share the loot, by the way.
Classic.
Perhaps we should rest before we head back.
I say we go, before the owner of that unpronounceable name shows his ugly face. The mission is done, after all.
Is it? Did someone cut off a Sorak's head?
All right then, I'll do it.
The sooner we go, the sooner we can get back to Caer Kiflin.
After you, friends.
Are all the corpses gone already? Right, first of all, get the party down. Now, this crown, Gothic, is wearing it and it's locked. Quest item. You have found this crown in the old tower of magic guarded by Sorax. It is probably magical but needs identification. Well, we can do that. We have 10 minutes. Is it not going to let me do it because this is currently equipped? Is that the rule? Strange. Okay, we learned that a bag is just a bag, and it's not letting us do any kind of extra identification on that crown. So, let's hop up here. And there was a long rest to be had outside these doors. I believe there was a fireplace that we can utilize and take a long rest, get up to level 4, and then see what's going on from there, because I don't remember actually cutting a head off of anything. Unless we have it in our inventory. Oh, okay. We do. That's fine. Long rest, please. You've already performed a long rest. Would you like to wait until the start of a new day? Yes. However many hours it takes. Is that 11 hours waiting for the long rest to start? Or 3 hours and then 8 more for the long rest? Who knows? Not me. I'm just excited to get to level 4. And so, where shall we begin? Let's start with the Paladin. We've gained 9 hit points, and we get to choose between ability score or gaining a bonus feat. And it's not going to tell us what the feats are. That's kind of mean. Can I go back? Should I cancel and save just so that we can have a look? Because if we were to take an ability score, it would probably just be +2 strength. Give us that extra chance to hit, extra damage when we do. But I want to know about the feats. If I do this... Oh, we can cancel. That's fine. Okay. Well, strap in, because this is going to be a bit of a moment. So, obviously, that's all of our skills. And then down here, this is what's available to us. Choose 1 feat. Ambidextrous. +1 to dexterity to a maximum of 20. You can fight using 2-handed weapons, even if one-handed melee weapons aren't light. You can fight using 2 weapons, even if the one-handed melee weapons aren't light. Okay, so that's like 2 long swords. Armor Master, you gain an additional +1 AC from any armor you wear. Creed of Aaron, +1 to dex to a maximum of 20. You can fight using 2 weapons even if one-handed melee weapons aren't light. You can fight using 2 weapons even if the one-handed melee weapons aren't light. You can fight using 2 weapons even if the one-handed melee weapons aren't light. Not sure why those both exist and aren't different unless I'm missing something wild. Creed of Ainir, +1 strength, proficiency in strength saves if not already proficient, +1 otherwise. Creed of Maraki, +1 wisdom, proficiency in wisdom saves if not already proficient. Same for dex, same for int, same for charisma. Discretion of the Codawarmth, +1 to dex, you gain proficiency in light armor, you gain proficiency with short swords, short bows, and long bows. Eager for battle, +1 to dex, you have advantage on your initiative rolls. Enduring body, increase con by 1, and each hit point increase an additional, and your hit points increase by an additional +1 each time you gain a level. That is, they have a version of that in 5e, I can't remember what it's called. Flawless concentration. You are trained to maintain your concentration in the most extreme conditions. If you sustain up to 10 points of damage, you don't need to roll a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration. Above the value, you have advantage upon casting. Above that value, you have advantage when rolling the saving throw. So that could be really good for our wizard. Focused Sleeper. You are used to getting a great deal of rest out of little sleep. Increase your con by 1 and you only need 4 hours of sleep per night. Follow-up Strike. When you use the attack action with a 2-handed weapon, you can use a bonus action to make a fast melee attack to follow up, dealing an additional 1d4 plus strength of the same type. Hard to kill, +1 con. You have advantage on death saving throws. If you succeed 3 times, you are not stabilized, but regain 1 hit die immediately. On a critical roll, you regain 2 hit die instead. Hauler. You are trained to carry heavy loads, increase strength by 1, and double carrying capacity. Lockbreaker. Needs dexterity 13. You have spent a lot of time studying locks, how to craft and pick them. You gain proficiency with thieves' tools, or double your existing proficiency if you are already proficient. You have advantage when using thieves' tools to pick lock. Manipulator. You gain proficiency in intimidation, persuasion, and deception. If you are already proficient, you gain expertise in those skills. Master Alchemist. You have mastered the art of potion making. Use the Potioner's Kit. Master Enchanter. Use the Reliquary. Might of the Iron Legion. Feat. +1 strength. You gain proficiency with heavy armor. You gain proficiency in these weapons. Powerful cantrip. When a creature succeeds on a saving throw against your cantrip or dodges your cantrip, the creature takes half damage but suffers no additional effects. Raise Shield. When you're about to get hit by a ranged attack while wielding a shield, you can use your reaction to get +3 AC until the end of the attacker's turn. You also gain proficiency with shields. Robust. Sturdy and tough, you gain 1 con, and when you use a hit die to regain your health points, roll twice and take the high value. Rush to battle. You can use your bonus action to increase your movement speed by 3 cells until the end of your turn and get -2 AC till the start of your next turn. That seems terrible. Sturdiness. That's proficiency with medium armor and some weapons. Take aim. You can use your bonus action to take aim. Until the end of your turn, your ranged weapon attacks have no advantage or disadvantage, no matter the conditions. Twin Blade. When you're about to get hit by a melee attack while dual wielding, not sword and shield, you can use your reaction to get +3 AC. And Uncanny Accuracy. You ignore half and 3/4 cover with ranged attacks. So a lot of stuff there that's from 5e. Now we have to think of whether any of this would be better than just upping our strength to 18 currently. There's some ones that are obviously far better for different classes. Things like Uncanny Accuracy for a rogue, Flawless Concentration for a wizard. Some of these are kind of very easy to omit. Like, I don't ever think I'm going to be taking Hauler. And some of these would be better for things like if I was doing a run where I was doing death resets on the campaign. But let's just have a little ponder and see what develops. Alright, having pondered at length, I don't think I'm going to take a feat on this rendition of the ASI/feat choice. In case you're wondering, the triangle says that we already have part of that feat, so we already have like proficiency with shields and the like. So let's cancel out of that. Yes. And then we'll level up. We get our 9 hit points again. We'll go ability score. We get another ability score at 8. And we're going to go for strength +2, please. Now let's do pastel. Another second level spell slot. And we'll take ability score. And for a cleric, it's going to be a wisdom. So that puts wisdom up to 18. That's going to do better healing. It's going to do better damage with spiritual weapon as well as our spell attacks. For faith, we get another first level spell slot and our ability score is going to increase. We're going to increase our dexterity by 2 more, putting that up to 18. That's going to be better chance to hit with our ranged weapon. Our lockpicking and stealth is going to increase. And we get to learn a spell. So we obviously have shield, false life, and color spray already. I must get a spellcasting focus for her because she doesn't have one yet, so we haven't been able to use anything with material components. But we don't need mage armor because we wear armor. We don't need identify because Gothic has it. Comprehend languages. For the duration of the spell, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken word that you hear. Could be interesting if we've snuck into somewhere and need to learn something about some sneaky conversation that's being had somewhere. Detect magic. We also don't have as Gothic yet. If we wanted to see if something was trapped around the room or something, I presume we could use that to great effect. So what do we pick? What do we pick? Aberrations, Celestials, Elementals, Fey, Fiends, and Undeads have a disadvantage to attack the target and cannot charm, frighten, or possess it. Let's go with Comprehend Language. Why not? And then Gothic is going to level up. So for a wizard, it's going to be ability score increase on intelligence. And what that is going to do is allow us to prepare more spells each day. We also get to learn extra spells at this time, as well as an extra cantrip. So I now think I know the value of Sparkle. Target up to 3 objects that can be illuminated and light them up immediately. So a lot of the dungeons have many torches, these magic torches. This seems to be a far more efficient way of lighting up a room than Dancing Light is, because Dancing Light in Rules as Written, you get 4 lights to put around the room, but as far as I can tell, this is just one singular light that moves around. So if we don't want to take anything else in particular, Sparkle might be an interesting choice. Because we have Firebolt for damage, and we have Poison Spray for a save damage. Then Shocking Grasp is a melee spell attack. Chill Touch is a ranged spell attack. Shadow Armor grants 3 temporary hit points for 1 minute. 3 just isn't enough, I don't think. So let's take Sparkle. And then we get to learn 2 spells, and that can be first or second level spells. So this is spells that we are learning that will be in our spellbook, as opposed to spells that we're preparing for the day. So, what do we want in that regard? It'll be first or second level. Of course, we're going to have more first level spells than we are second level spells. We can also take rituals that we'll always be able to cast so long as we have our spellbook with us. So, many decisions to be made. Alright, I'm going to take Flaming Sphere, because we've seen how much good work Spiritual Weapon does for the Cleric. I can't see why having another thing that we can move around on our bonus actions and such wouldn't be great. And I'm debating Misty Step, but Spider Climb kind of feels part of that space, because it's like kind of the freedom of movement class of spells. Obviously it's not the spell freedom of movement, but I can't think of anything else that's really calling out to me more specifically. Hideous Laughter is an interesting choice because it just makes a enemy become incapacitated, which means we could attack them with advantage like loads, but that's against a save, and saves can be easy for foes to make. So let's just go with my first instinct. We'll take Misty Step, because we can always, I think, cast Spider Climb on somebody else, which is great. So let's do that. And now I'll do a quick spell preparation. Alright. Spells prepared. We have the head, and so join me next time. We'll get back on the road and see about turning this quest in, and then see how things kind of branch out, because I presume there's going to be some more side quests and things, and that it won't be quite so linear as hop to A, hop to B, hop to A, hop to C, but we'll find out shortly. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or pressing that like button. It does mean a lot to me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. Otherwise, I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.